Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane ended in the worst way possible. The fight lasted for around 4 minutes and it was really exciting, but Cyril brutally eye-poked Tom, which led to the fight ending in a no contest, making this the worst staging interview in UFC history and making the heavyweight division the worst division in the UFC. कुछ लोगों को लगता है that Tom Aspinall gave up because he faced adversity for the first time and that could not be further from the truth. Firstly, if we look at the statistics, ये फाइट काफी क्लोज थी और सिरिल ने बस 3 स्ट्राइक ज्यादा लैंड करे थे. Secondly, टॉम की कर्टिस ब्लेड्स के अगेंस्ट फाइट में he got caught a couple of times and then knocked him out in less than a minute. To be fair to Cyril, he was doing a lot better than most people, including myself, expected him to do, but he also has a history of cheating in his fights. उन्होंने बहुत बार अपने ओपोनेंट्स को सर के पीछे मारा है. He kicked John Jones below the belt within seconds of their fight starting, and even his teammates are known for being really dirty fighters. This entire situation is extremely disappointing, but at least now we know how John Jones versus Tom Aspinall would have went. All jokes apart, I was glad to see that Tom Aspinall is doing okay, and I'm sure that he's going to come back a lot stronger. Now, coming back to the topic of this video, UFC के हेवीवेट डिवीजन में काफी सारे लेजेंडरी फाइटर्स रह चुके हैं एंड इन जनरल द हेवीवेट डिवीजन इज सपोज्ड टू बी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डिविजन्स इफ नॉट द बेस्ट डिवीजन इन कॉम्बैट स्पोर्ट्स बिकॉज द फाइट कैन एंड एट एनी गिवन मोमेंट विद अ सिंगल स्ट्राइक. So how did the heavyweight division go from being one of the best divisions in MMA to the absolute worst? इसके लिए we have to take a look at the entire history of heavyweight MMA. In the very early days of MMA, around 2003 to 2006, the best fighters weren't even in the UFC. They were in a promotion called Pride, जिसमें काफी सारे old school legendary fighters थे, जैसे कि Mirko Cro Cop, Mark Hunt and Fedor Emelianenko, who was the best heavyweight of that era. इस टाइम में UFC के heavyweight champion Tim Sylvia थे. He was a very disliked champion because he failed a drug test and was a boring fighter. Luckily, in 2007, former light heavyweight champion Randy Couture moved up and dominated him to win the title, making him the first ever 2-division champion in the UFC. Around that time, WWE star Brock Lesnar came into MMA. He won his MMA debut but he lost his UFC debut to Frank Mir. उसके बाद he got one win in the UFC and because he was really popular, he got a title shot and beat Randy Couture. This was a huge moment for the UFC as Brock Lesnar was their first real superstar. In 2010, Cain Velasquez knocked out Brock Lesnar in an absolutely amazing performance, but in 2011, he got knocked out by Junior Dos Santos. Cain and Junior Dos Santos fought 2 more times and Cain won both of them. This era is also considered by many fans as the golden age of MMA, as the champion of each division during this time is an all-time great. केन वेलास्केज के बारे में एक चीज काफी यूनिक थी एंड दैट वाज हिज कार्डियो. यूजुअली हेवीवेट डिवीजन में फाइटर्स बाकी डिवीजन से ज्यादा जल्दी थकते हैं, बट केन वाज डिफरेंट. उनकी कार्डियो बहुत अच्छी थी ऑन टॉप ऑफ हैविंग अ ग्रेट किकिंग गेम, अमेजिंग बॉक्सिंग कॉम्बिनेशंस एंड गुड नॉकआउट पावर. In 2015, Fabricio Verdum submitted Cain Velasquez in a huge upset, but in 2016 he got knocked out by Stipe Miocic. Stipe then went on to defend the title against Alistair Overeem, Junior Dos Santos and Francis Ngannou, which broke the record for the most consecutive title defenses at heavyweight. In 2018, Daniel Cormier moved up और उन्होंने Stipe को knockout कर दिया to become a double champion. They fought again in 2019 and Stipe knocked DC out. Finally, in 2020, Stipe beat DC by decision, putting an end to this rivalry. It was also around this time that John Jones put on an absolutely horrible performance against Dominic Reyes, जिसमें वो बहुत clearly पहले 3 rounds हार गए थे, but he got the decision win because of his star power. After this, he decided to vacate his title and said that he wants to move up to the heavyweight division. By 2021, Stipe Miocic had cemented his legacy as the greatest heavyweight of all time, and even to this day people remember him as the heavyweight GOAT. However, his title reign was in danger. Ever since losing to Stipe, Francis Ngannou went on an absolute tear as he knocked out 4 people in a row, all in the first round. After losing to Stipe, उन्होंने काफी कुछ सीखा and he made a lot of improvements in his game. He showed these improvements in his rematch against Stipe, where he knocked Stipe out in the second round in an incredible performance. अब यहाँ तक the heavyweight division was doing absolutely amazing. The champion was quite literally the hardest hitting human being ever, and there were a lot of potentially big fights, but here is where it all went wrong. It was very clear that the fight to make was John Jones versus Francis Ngannou, because this fight would quite literally be the biggest fight in UFC history, but John Jones very clearly ducked Francis. In 2022, Francis Ngannou defended his title against Cyril Gane in a very boring fight, जिसमें वो बहुत आसानी से सिरिल को आउट ग्रैपल कर पाए, बट टू बी फेयर उनकी इस फाइट में काफ़ी सीरियस नी इंजरी थी। उनका यूएफसी के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट खत्म हो गया एंड आफ्टर दिस हिम एंड डेना वर नॉट ऑन गुड टर्म्स। Francis had a lot of demands for his new contract. He demanded a lot of money and he even wanted to box outside of the UFC, which Dana White obviously didn't like. Dana offered him an $8 million contract, which would have made him the highest paid heavyweight in UFC history, but he turned it down and left the UFC. Luckily for him, he went into boxing and made way more than that. Conveniently enough, जैसे ही फ्रांसिस UFC से निकल गए, जॉन जोन्स decided to come back and fight Cyril Gane. He submitted Gane in less than 3 minutes and things just went from bad to worse. Heavyweight division में at the time कुछ exciting contenders थे, but John Jones wanted to fight a 41-year-old Stipe Miocic. Stipe had not fought since getting knocked out by Francis, and it was very clear that he was basically retired. Because of all of the Dana White privilege that John Jones has, he got what he wanted and him and Stipe were booked to fight in November. फाइट के अराउंड 10 दिन पहले जॉन जोन्स इंजर्ड हिज शोल्डर ड्यूरिंग ट्रेनिंग और फाइट कैंसिल हो गई। नाउ हियर इज वेयर द सेवियर ऑफ द हेवीवेट डिवीजन टॉम एस्पिनॉल कम्स इनटू द पिक्चर। Tom was a very exciting contender as he had finished every single fight of his career within 2 rounds. The UFC decided to make an interim heavyweight title and booked him against another extremely dangerous contender named Sergey Pavlovich, who had knocked out 6 people in a row. इस फाइट के स्टार्टिंग में टॉम लैंडेड सम गुड लो किक्स बट सर्गे वाज एबल टू कैच हिम विद अ लेफ्ट हुक. This didn't seem to phase Tom because just a few seconds later he landed a bomb of a right hand which hurt Sergey. He then landed another right hand which put Sergey out cold, making Tom the interim heavyweight champion. The way an interim championship works is that अगर एक division का undisputed champion injured या inactive है, the UFC creates an interim champion for that division who is supposed to fight the undisputed champion when he returns. So it was very clear that the next fight to make was John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. We had a young and exciting contender against an all-time great, but to nobody's surprise, John Jones decided to completely avoid Tom Aspinall and chose to fight a 42-year-old Stipe Miocic instead. So हमें बेसिकली मार्च ऑफ 2023 से लेकर नवंबर ऑफ 2024 तक एक भी अनडिस्प्यूटेड हेवीवेट टाइटल फाइट नहीं मिली, and the cherry on top is that Tom Aspinall defended his interim title and became the longest reigning interim champion in UFC history, while John Jones waited for a 42-year-old Stipe Miocic. For a person that is considered the greatest fighter of all time, this was such a cowardly move, and to nobody's surprise, he beat Stipe easily. Now you would think that John Jones would finally find the balls to fight Tom Aspinall, but ऐसा नहीं हुआ. He simply held on to the belt till June of 2025 where he got scared into retirement. With John Jones gone, Tom Aspinall was the champion and it seemed like good times were ahead. He finally got booked to fight Cyril Gane and we all know how that fight ended by now. For the past 4 years, the heavyweight division is the absolute worst it has ever been, और इसका blame किसी और को नहीं but बस UFC को जाता है, as they could have easily made the fights that the fans wanted to see instead of protecting their poster boys. Title picture aside, even the rest of the heavyweight division does not look very good. Alexander Volkov and Jailton Almeida had a very boring fight on the same card and I just don't see that many exciting fights at heavyweight. अब मैं किसी को body shame नहीं करना चाहता because once upon a time I was a chubby guy too, but outside of the top 5, everybody in the heavyweight division is just extremely fat and out of shape. If we compare this to the heavyweight division of the 2010s, fighters were extremely jacked and muscular. Some of them were obviously on steroids, but even otherwise, fighters that did not have the most muscular physique were very athletic and fun to watch. I think the way to save the heavyweight division is to rebook Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane, which does seem like the UFC's next move, and the winner of that fight should fight Alex Pereira at the White House. John Jones and Alex Pereira did agree on social media to fight each other, but we don't really know if that fight will be booked because this is what Dana White had to say about John Jones fighting at the White House.
John Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the White House card.
मतलब डेना वाइट से ज़्यादा बड़ा पलटीखोर इंसान मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा है, बट आई गेस दैट्स जस्ट हाउ द यूएफसी वर्क्स. एनीवेज गाइस, दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेज वीडियो. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो प्लीज़ लाइक करना मत भूलना एंड लेट मी नो इफ यू अग्री और डिसएग्री विद माय टेक्स इन द कमेंट्स. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.